Stress are the events and demands and encounters in our everyday life that just overwhelm our ability to cope. And they can be something as small as sitting in traffic and being aggravated and feeling your heart rate rise, to something as major as a divorce or the death of a spouse. And stress also can be chronic or acute. And by chronic, we mean it's those daily persistent difficulties that we face, whether persistent work deadlines or living in a dangerous neighborhood, where an acute stressor is something that happens once, sometimes unexpectedly, that is truly overwhelming. Something such as Hurricane Sandy, or a job loss, or again, the death of a loved one. But stress is something that none of us are immune from, and some people believe it's getting worse and worse over time, making us tired and sick, and even increasing our risk of death and dying. Stress has tremendous impacts on our lives, everything from mental health to physical health. And there are a lot of different ways that happens. In terms of mental health, sometimes it's kind of obvious that depression is a feeling of being sad and losing energy, and feeling that one just can't overcome the difficulties in your life. And it's sensible to think that if you have repeated difficulties, that can make us sad and lose motivation to get up each day. But stress also can affect other mental health outcomes like anxiety. Likewise, death is something that increases our chances of feeling grief symptoms or really missing someone or something that we've lost. But stress can also affect our physical health. Repeated exposure to stress increases what's called cortisol level, which is a biological marker that if it stays high long enough, that can put strain on our heart. It can increase our risk of a whole range of diseases. So on an individual level, it's important to find someone to talk to. It can be a friend, a family member, a clergy person, or even a paid therapist for those who have the resources. But another important strategy is actually health behaviors. We know that sometimes when people are stressed, they eat too much, they drink, they do drugs, and all of those impact our health. So instead, trying to adopt healthy behaviors is something that can help minimize the health impacts of stress. But social support and reaching out to others really is one of the most important. So that's something that we do as individuals.